Collate printing means producing complete sets in order 1, 2, 3, then another 1, 2, 3. Uncollated output groups identical pages 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. That definition is simple, but production becomes more interesting when several pages are imposed on one sheet. Printed duplex, cut into piles, folded into signatures, or identified with collating marks. In this guide, I will show the difference visually, then connect it to PDF press controls for sequential order, step and repeat, cut and stack, duplex pairing, end-up book signatures, and staircase spine marks. The aim is correct finished order, not merely a checked collate box in a printer driver. The printer driver collate checkbox controls the order of repeated document copies. If you print 3 copies of a 3-page report, Collate normally produces complete sets 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Turning it off may produce all page 1s, then all page 2s, then all page 3s. That setting is useful for ordinary document output, but it does not design an imposed press sheet. It does not know your cut pattern, signature fold, binding edge, or gang layout. Pre-press collation decides where pages belong before printing so the physical finishing process can create the required order. In PDF press grid, sequential order fills the imposed cells in reading sequence. A 2x2 sheet may show pages 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is useful when the sheet itself will remain intact, when pages are inspected in that flat order, or when the finishing plan expects a straightforward sequence. If several copies are printed and the driver collates them, each imposed sheet can repeat as a complete unit. But if the sheet will be cut into 4 long piles, simple sequential order may not produce a single ordered stack. The page order mode must match what happens after the guillotine cut. Step and repeat is intentionally uncollated at the item level. It fills the sheet with copies of the same design. That is correct for a business card, label, coupon, or flyer when quantity matters more than a multi-page sequence. A second source page produces another repeated sheet. The finished piles are grouped by design, which may be exactly what the job requires. Confusion happens when operators expect step and repeat to preserve a changing page sequence. It cannot, because repetition is the purpose. Use it for identical pieces, then use sequential or cut and stack logic when each finished item must advance to the next page or number. Cut and stack changes the imposed sequence so the cut piles combine into order. Imagine 12 numbered tickets printed 3 across. The first column may carry 1 through 4, the second 5 through 8, and the third 9 through 12. After cutting, place the first pile on the second and then on the third. The final stack runs from 1 to 12. On the flat sheet, numbers that share a row are not consecutive. That is expected. PDF press stack mode and true stack controls are designed around this finishing logic. The only reliable proof is a short numbered run that is cut and recombined exactly like production. Duplex printing adds a second sequence. Every front must align with the correct back, and the sheet must flip on the edge expected by the imposition. A collated report may only need the driver to preserve document sets. Duplex cards require positional pairing across an imposed sheet. Booklets require printer spreads that return to reader order after folding. Cut and stack tickets may need a back design repeated behind changing fronts. Check the PDF press preview, then print one test sheet with obvious front and back labels. Test short edge and long edge flip if the printer terminology is unclear. A wrong duplex edge can preserve page numbers while turning every reverse upside down. Booklets and signatures are collated by folding and gathering, not by a simple 1-2-3 sheet order. A saddle booklet nests folded sheets, so outer pages and inner pages share the same physical sheet. End-up book creates folded signatures that are gathered into a thicker book block. The flat page order can look random because the fold sequence restores it. Creep and binding gutters also affect the final result. Use the dedicated booklet or end-up book tool rather than relying on the printer driver collate setting. Make a numbered paper dummy, fold it according to the planned scheme, and compare it with the imposed preview. Collating marks, also called gathering or spine marks, help the bindery verify signature order. Small rectangles step down the spine from one signature to the next. When the gathered sections are correct, the marks form a regular staircase or visible pattern. A missing, repeated, or misplaced signature interrupts that pattern. PDF Press lets you choose the spine side, start offset, mark width and height, pages per signature, signatures per set, step size, color, and overprint. These marks do not reorder pages. They are a production control that makes an already planned signature sequence easier to inspect during gathering. Pages per signature must match the actual folded section. A 16-page signature should not be marked as 8 pages simply because 8 sheets appear in another part of the workflow. Signatures per set describes the repeated staircase cycle. Step size controls the vertical movement between marks. Keep marks inside the spine trim or grind off area specified by the bindery, and confirm whether left or right placement is appropriate. Small marks can reduce visual footprint, while overprint may be requested for production visibility. The safest settings come from the binding specification, not from copying values from an unrelated job. When output is out of order, isolate the stage. First inspect the source PDF. Are pages or numbers correct before imposition? Next inspect the imposed preview. Does the selected mode match sequential, step and repeat, or cut and stack? Then inspect printer settings. Did the driver add another multiple pages per sheet or booklet mode? Check duplex flip direction and reverse order options. Finally reproduce the finishing steps with a small proof. Many collation failures are not PDF corruption. They are mismatches between the imposed sequence and the way sheets were stacked, turned, cut, folded, or gathered after printing. A collation proof should be deliberately obvious. Use a short PDF with large page numbers and front-back labels. Print enough sheets to exercise every cut pile or at least 2 signatures. Mark the feed edge, make the planned cuts, and combine piles in the documented order. For a booklet, fold and nest the sheets. For signatures, gather them and inspect the spine marks. Read the result from beginning to end. If the order is wrong, do not shuffle the production stack by hand and call the setup fixed. Correct the page order or finishing plan. Export again, and repeat the proof. Collate printing is the relationship between source sequence, imposed placement, printer output, and physical finishing. The driver collate checkbox handles repeated document sets. PDF press page order modes handle how pages occupy a press sheet. Cut and stack prepares ordered piles after trimming. Booklet and end-up book prepare folded sections. Collating marks help the bindery verify gathered signatures. Choose the control that matches the stage you are solving. The PDF Press Collating Marks tool and the complete Collated versus Uncollated guide are linked below. Use large numbers for the first proof. Document the pile order, and verify the finished stack before scaling the run.